Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith in the Black channel here, Ticker Talker with a Strat Time report, and what we're dealing with here is what we call exhaustion risk. And what that means is, let's go to SPY here, is that some of the faster moves are going to be back through previous ranges. And so once you go to new highs like we did here, if you go upper left, you can see this last 2 days as we go into new highs, you just kind of sit there. We want to rip back through previous ranges. And the reason you want to do that is because you want to have people to get stopped out. So at this point, whenever you go to new highs, it's like the buyers got to keep stepping up, and they might be a little more gingerly, as you can see here. So if you go down to the lower left, you're going to see this. You can see the SPY goes inside on the 60-minute and then drops down a little bit. It doesn't fall apart, because you're not changing this weekly to red as yet. You're still bright green on the month, all right, albeit going into new highs. You can just see how once you get into these highs, it's just more of a drifter. And so, as I've been pointing out in my recent videos, is that there's a lot of things doing nothing, and so we're basically picking up on a lot of story stocks during the day and certain setups that we like. Because if you look at, let's say, look at the FAS financials, look at this. Look at this daily chart. 3 days stuck in here. If you look at XLE, upper left, look at this. Stuck in here. And so it's going to be very company specific and somewhat sector specific if we can pick up on it, but certainly not in those sectors. So if you go to story stock of the year, probably Tesla. So Tesla, if you go up the upper left, you can see this. You take out the slight higher high, lower low, boom. There's your entry right here on the daily here above 632.50, and your magnitude is to take this out, 646.90. You're almost there. Do you do that? On its way, and then hopefully you can go into new highs, right? But we want these two bars to be an outside bar of that, right? Because we know outside bars exist. So on a 2 day chart, this is going to go as an outside bar. Watch it. Maybe it'll do it right here for you, right? All right, Tesla still an inside week. And once again, on the lower middle, you're going to see exhaustion risk going into the highs. What did we say here? 646.90. Almost there. You ready? Get, boy. Well, maybe by the end of this. If we go to SUMO, and this is what I'm talking about, going back to previous range, right? We call that pivot machine gun. And the reason we do call it that is people will be like, it's a wedge or whatever they want to call it. The question is, why would that work? You always want to know, why would something work, all right? So anybody short this thing is going to be short where they got in, or they're going to be like, I'm going to just short to get the high of that, or the high of the day, or the high of the day, or the high of the day. Boom! Take them all out in one shot. And you can see this. Anybody who's short in here, where they got short, or on old pivots, because people have been told to do that. So you'll notice these 3 days here are an outside bar of all this. And all of this is inside of this. Right? So once it takes this out, then we don't know. It's got to stay above here, though. Right? So we can look for more signals here. It was a little fast on that 60. Any nice 15ers in there for you? There you go. Right here. Inside on the 15. You see that lower left. Momo Hammer here. Everybody got short in here, was hoping it was going to roll over. They met buyers right here because it's green on all time frames right at this point. Sumo. If we go to W Day, and W Day here, you see this on the lower middle. You'll see an inside month, right? Pokes down. Is that what we look for? We definitely do. Then it comes back here. Boom, that's RevStrat 122 above 231.94. Now at 238. So the magnitude here is, you can see this, all of this is inside of this month, right? And so you'll hear me talk about an internal try, right? Internal broadening formation as price discovery starts over again. So at this point, even though it broke this, it was too strong to take that out. So now when it comes back through here, we're looking to take all these guys out and keep going. So we have plenty of month left, so I'd keep an eye on this W day. So long here is it's green on all time frames and above 231.94. That tells you the buyers are aggressive and taking the offer. If you go to MVIS, there you go. And so once again, Momo Hammer week, right here, right? Anybody thought it was going to roll over here and then got jammed up in here? Where they met some real buyers, because on the lower middle, you're going to see the 2 up, the 2 down, boom, back to the previous range. So this goes into exhaustion risk, but then if you go to the daily upper left, you're going to see the inside day. So this is another thing for a continuation pattern. The strong move up, the consolidation, the measured move, right? Which you're achieving right now. So this has to keep going. And one of the things I love about showing examples over and over and over again, you see this in the upper middle, the Momo hammer, right? Now let's go down to the lower left on the 15 minute. You see the exact same pattern. Here's where they came in. Here's your inside 15. Here's your inside 15 Momo hammer. It's something you might want to look for. WKEY. And WKEY, here, just a little shenaniganer, but trying to take the inside month in the lower middle. Now, here's the problem now. After it blasts up, and now you can see here in the lower left how it's in the middle of this huge range. That's a problem. That's a problem. So if you get any signals in here, it's got to keep going, because otherwise you're going to be that compound inside bar, right, where price discovery starts over again after blowing them out up here. So maybe it goes, maybe it doesn't. If we go to Lulu, and Lulu here in the upper middle, once Lulu starts creeping up here, you can see how it took out the low and then goes green on the week and starts coming through here. Once it starts moving through here, we're looking for an outside bar because we know that phenomenon exists, right? The three. So once it starts going on the daily here, you can see it there. Then the outside bar yesterday, then here. Now we're coming back through pivot machine gun. These guys, let's take them all out. Why not? What's this? 380, 354. Give me 380, 355, right? And so these will all be an outside bar of that, you see? So you've already got the weekly. Now we're going for this one. See if we can go that. So you got your initial magnitude. MongoDB. You can't stop it. You can only hope to contain it. And here, that was a 30 for you. Inside on the 30 right now. So it's had a nice move. What is this? This is your Momo hammer. Anybody got short in there? So I think it's going to roll back down. Do you? Bam! Right there in the face. Might be something you want to look for. If we go to shop. Shoppy. Okay, shop comes here, slight lower low on the 30 here in the lower left. Right? Now you got your hammer. So the next half an hour, if you can get over 1196, that would get my attention, because once again, we are in exhaustion risk. Here's your broadening formation. Right? So going into higher highs as expected. Here's your inside month. Here's your poke down. Here's your rev strat to take these guys all out, which it did. Now it's a matter of continuation if it can hold up there. If we go to IRTC, and we knew about this from Strat Attack on Tuesday, right? So here, the inside week, upper middle, back to the upside, right? This was an outside bar, so we're still looking to take this out. Come up and take that out, right? Now maybe it's this week, maybe it's not, but right now, trying to go 322 up on the 30, but coming back in. If we can get any more signals in the next half an hour over 238.19, that would get my attention. Okay, watching these broader averages, see if they're going to start coming in a little bit. You got letter W, Wayfair. That's inside in the 30 right now, so that's going to get my attention here. Above 287.34. Right, still an inside month, but green. Right, and if you go to the upper middle, the poke down, the two up. So the magnitude was to take these guys out. The hopes is it's been higher to take all this stuff out. If you go to the daily in the upper left, you're going to see the inside Momo hammer. Right, it's a hanging man. No, that's a Momo hammer. Bam, right in their face to start the day. We'll see if this 30 can give us anything. Drying up just a tad. Tesla. Come on, buddy boy, you can do it. What was the high here? 55. It did it. There we go. Like I said. Okay, thanks, Tesla. We always love when the things play out live. DraftKings. So DraftKings here in the lower left, you can see this was an inside month. It was a big range, right? But it's taking it out. So for the rest of the month, DraftKings over 53.72 has my attention. Now, it's very likely that these 2 months will stay inside of here. I'm going to be aware of that, because you're going to go to the weekly. We're going into higher highs. We prefer to have them come in a little bit. Like yesterday, here you had the inside day. Take it to the upside. There was your entry. So now we'll see if anything else comes of it. You can also see in the lower left, the inside 30 to get you into the DraftKings. If we go to YGMZ, get some shenanigans going. All right, now this thing's moving around a bit. Now it's starting to come in. We'll see if this thing sets up again, but I always like to keep an eye on these real movers here because of the shorter term signals for more scalping on the stuff like that. Lulu goes to the highs. We've got Fubo here, and that gives us the outside week. Now you're in exhaustion risk coming up into the highs. We'll see if that sets up again, maybe an inside 15 after the outside 15 in here. Trying to watch these broader averages, still gap and sit into exhaustion risk. If we go to plug, so plug, exhaustion risk by going to the highs, right? What's this? The inside day Momo hammer. Not bad. Then you can wait for it on the 15. Here you go. The slight lower low. Boom. 2-2 reversal here. No lower low. Another Momo hammer. And then it comes, you're going to try and take this out for the internal strike because it's all stuck inside of here. If you go to the 30, you're going to see this. Inside, poke down, Rev Strat 30. Now trying to come back up through that pluggy. Penn Gaming, after yesterday, going back to the highs. And Penn Gaming right now, taking the inside 60 to the upside in the upper left, right? And so this is a continuation here. An exhaustion risk is going to the highs. But when you take this out, we're just looking to take these guys out and go to the highs, which it just did. After yesterday's upper left inside day to the upside. If we go to Peloton, let's get on this monthly. We still got some more room on here. You can see the lower middle. Take out the highs, previous high, take out previous low, and then here. As soon as it takes this out, 132.79, we're looking to take this out and become an outside bar of that because we know that phenomenon exists. 139.75, give me 139.76. May as well take her out on the highs of the year. Why not? SI. SI here. Nice ripper. I think we got some Bitcoin crypto with these guys. And then you get your inside 60 in the lower left. Still going, so exhaustion risk, we'll see if that sets up again. Always running out of time here. We got a Boeing the downside. Ow. So Boeing here, and you go upper middle. You're going to see how it made a higher high. Boom, 2-2 reversal here. Below 228.02. Looking to become an outside bar of that. Now, you're still green on the month, down in the lower middle, but it hit its magnitude. We were looking to take this out, which it did. But then you want to stay over that. Otherwise, you come back through because you can see all of this stuff is still inside of this, right? So potentially, it's price discovery starting over again where this thing can come all the way down and take these guys out. So we'll keep an eye on that. If we go to Pfizer, and Pfizer hit its magnitude. So understanding how to gauge magnitude, very important. So what do we mean by that? Here, upper middle, it goes into the highs exhaustion risk. Then it goes 2-2 reversal here. Right below this shooter. And so because we know the outside bar phenomenon exists, these 2 weeks are now an outside bar of this, right? And you'll see how it exhausts there, right? Doesn't mean it's going to go back up, but that's how we gauge the magnitude. Where's it going? We're going to take these guys out. And if we're lucky, it goes even further because you've got this red month now where you can have full time frame continuity to the downside. Now, for the day, it's not doing much, but a lot of these things that I want to show you are examples on what to look for in pretty much anything. So if you go to URI, I'm running out of time again. URI on the weekly, here you can see this. The exhaustion risk of poking into new highs. Boom, 2-2 reversal. These two are going to be an outside bar of this. What's that low? Has he hit this yet? 226.06. No, it hit 226.63. Give it a little second. We'll see if we can get another setup for you. Maybe an inside 60 could do it. Once again, you're going to see this here in the lower left. The inside bar, the poke up, the Rev Strat, gapper, and then as soon as it changes continuity, boom, back down into the basement she goes. If we go to LRCX, we already do that? LRCX, no, we haven't. So LRCX, still green on the month, right in a 2 up, but you're going to see this. If we can get any weakness out of this thing, I know it's coming into the end of the week, we prefer this to be nice and long and red. But anytime this thing's below 483.73, which it's not right now, that's going to get my attention. The daily's just kind of stuck there. But if we can get this market to back off a little bit, maybe we get something out of that, but not right now. You've got them trying to go back towards the highs. S&P SPY here, once again, would either be inside 60 or once again, potential rev strat, that inside bar, pokes down and then doesn't fail. So in the next hour here, if we can get above 371.73, it's back off to the races. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, Smith's Black Channel here at Ticker Talker with Strat Time Report.